Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the TIberius Show with your host, TIberius Boy.
That's me, TIberius.
And welcome to the TIberius Show today, and I'm your host, TIberius Boy. And as always, we're looking at various jobs and how they affect the world around us. Today's guest is going to be very interesting. We're going to talk to a movie producer. Do you have any idea what a movie producer does? Well, I think I do, but let's find out. Let me introduce our next guest, the one, the only, the amazing TK Hinkle.
Hello. Hi, Tiberius. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Okay, so you are listed as a movie producer for movies. For those of my listeners that have no idea, can you explain what that means?
Well, that means that you are going to try to find the financial part of it. You have a script that you have to find locations, go scouting for locations and just getting sponsors, and gosh, just a lot of work. The scheduling, but it's worth it. It's fun.
When you produce these, are you provided with a starting point, or do you have to make everything up yourself?
No, you do things yourself. You have to provide your own starting point.
So where do you get your ideas from? Like, do you have to do research?
Well, I love true life stories, and if you got a good imagination, you can make the stuff up. But for those people it's easier for them to write the true life stories. That's my favorite, anyway.
So what got you interested in movie production?
Well, it was the fact that I really wanted to help the faith-based companies. And when I learned that a person that I went to school with owned a film company, I got interested in seeking to help them, to campaign and see what I could do. I was on board. So it just has flowed from there.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this?
This will be the second movie, and within about 4 years.
Wow. So when did you know that this was the one job for you?
Oh, just seeing everybody's visions come to life. And I just think that everybody has a book in them, a song in them, a movie in them, and just helping that come to fruition. It's very rewarding to me.
Okay. So how long does it take to produce the content for a, say, 1 hour movie?
Oh, goodness. It just depends if, you get your cooperation and everybody can be on the same schedule and they're ready, with their lines and everything. So it just depends on, what's going on, what you have ready.
Okay. So do you have to produce the entire story at once, or do you do it in steps?
Oh, for me, it's been done in steps.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So what are the types of movies that you have created?
One was about the dangers of texting and driving. And then the second one that I'm actually still working on is I Am Josiah. And it's a true testimony for Garrett, GW. I don't know if you know GW, but about his life.
Ah, okay. So how do companies find out about your work?
Well, it's just pretty much since I'm just starting, I look for those that I can help.
Okay.
And
Well, how does being a movie producer make the world a better place?
oh, well, it's entertainment, and then there are some heartfelt movies that very educating, the right education. So,
Well, now here seems like a good time to take a quick commercial break. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. And we are back here talking with TK Hinkle. TK is a movie producer. So, TK, you have this passion for movie production. What got you so interested in putting these kinds of projects together?
oh, gosh, to meet people, and like I said before, to just their visions, their dreams coming true up on a movie screen, and just gosh, just helping them, helping others. I think
Okay, so what's the best part about doing this job?
the best part about doing this job,
Mm-hmm.
oh goodness, they are full days, but they just are never boring. Just never boring days.
I see. So what's that one movie that you'll never forget?
Goodness. Probably, I would say courageous.
Okay. Does it take a lot of training to be a movie producer?
Well, it does not. I know a lot of people probably, they like to go to the universities. Nothing wrong with that. But they like to go get the degrees and everything. But it's really the hands-on experience is the best way to learn.
So what's the hardest part about doing this type of work?
The hardest part is, of course, getting everybody on the same schedule. And, things go wrong. I'm sure technical difficulties, stuff like that can go wrong.
What is the most misunderstood part about this business?
Well, probably that it is easy. I think maybe the fame and stuff that people thinks comes along with it, but producing, it's a lot more behind the scenes.
Ah, okay. So, what's the craziest thing that's happened while you were doing your passion?
Well, we had to do a hospital scene where a woman had to give birth to a baby, but that was all she had to act it out. But it was really, really interesting.
Huh. What advice would you give to my listeners if they wanted to grow up and be a content producer?
Well, just make sure that you have the passion for it and the hands-on experience. Make sure you can, reach out to people who might want your help and teach you.
Okay. So it says in your bio that you're a forklift operator. Tell me more, please.
Yes, I was a forklift operator for 17 out of the 24 years I was at the factory. And we loaded semis, we unloaded semis with our forklifts. And there was a lot of things that we did. We got orders together. It was just very busy. And I think people think that it's easy because the equipment does all the work. But, it is still tiring at times.
So how did you learn to drive a forklift?
Well, whenever I got to the factory, they did training. So
I see.
they,
So what's the heaviest thing that you've ever lifted with the forklift?
oh goodness, you're only allowed like 2,000 pounds. So,
Wow.
and some fork trucks are bigger, but that was about it where I was working.
Well, do you have to be really careful when driving it?
Yes, you do. Very, because they can go off balance very easy.
So,
And then you don't.
is it fun to drive the forklift?
It is. It's very fun.
Okay. Well, have you had any accidents while operating the forklift?
There were some minor ones, like when you poke a box. I poked boxes, but I did not ever fall over or
Okay.
hurt anybody or anything like that.
So who can you say was the person that helped drive your passion the most?
Who helped me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say when my son had his accident, I was,
Yeah, and by
that
reading this
helped.
book, I realized that he was in a coma. So, yeah,
Yes, yes,
that was hard.
yes. It was very hard.
Well, on the topic of your book, it's an amazing thing. Do you mind talking about it for a little bit?
I don't mind at all. Thank you for asking me that. It's it starts as a typical workday, and ultimately it brings multiple people in various occupations in diverse places together for one goal. And most of these people's minds and lives will never be the same. And ultimately, it's a testimony about faith, hope, and courage in adversity.
Okay. So, what was the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received? Well, I know that my grandfather used to tell me if I was sleeping, he would tell me to get up, that I'm sleeping my life away. And that's so true. It goes so fast.
Okay. So, what was the very first job that you've ever had?
The very first job I ever had was as a secretary, and it was after school, and it was at an insurance company. And I did filing, and I took the money from some of the people that came in. So it was business.
Okay. Was there anything you learned from that job that helped you to be a better movie producer?
I think connecting with people, meeting new people, connecting, yes.
Okay. Well, what message do you want to tell children all over the world about doing the work that you do?
Oh, goodness, if you have that passion, go for it. It's never too late. And like I said before, the experience, the hand-on experience is the best way to learn. And it will, if you like to entertain people and, if you love to entertain people, you'll love to do that.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break to pay some bills.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
And we are back here with movie producer TK Hinkle. So, TK, do you ever get to meet or work with famous people?
Well, they aren't like, Hollywood famous, but so far I have met some stars that have been in other movies.
Okay. Do you ever become a fangirl, or are they just like regular people to you?
They're regular people to me. Yeah.
Well, if you could go back 10 years and tell yourself something, what would it be?
I think I would tell myself to get started on my passion earlier in life.
Okay. So, what was the biggest mistake that you've ever made? And how did it change you as a person?
The biggest mistake I have ever made is my first divorce. And it changed me. It's easier for me to see my children's point of view.
Okay. So, when you're not working, what do you do for fun?
Oh my goodness, I have my grandkids and they keep me really busy. But I love the writing, love to write. And I play the keyboard. I play around with that. It's fun. I really like to do that. So in the summertime, is swimming and some gardening.
Very interesting. So do you play video games? And if you do, what is your favorite one?
You know, I used to play video games, and I played them a lot, but my very favorite one was Marble Madness.
Ah, okay. So, what was your favorite book to read then that you did not write?
Favorite, my favorite book. Well, my favorite book is the Bible. And besides that would have to be, I really liked reading GW's self-publishing book. That was very informative.
Okay. So, okay. Now, can you tell me that one story? Remember, this is a kid show. The one story, well, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell me.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a chocoholic. I eat a lot of chocolate. I shouldn't do that, but I do.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
Maybe, I don't know. There isn't really anything else.
Okay. Well, do you have a Facebook or website for my listeners who want to follow you?
I do thebridgeoffaithbook.com, and I am Josiah movie.com. And then I'm on Twitter, TK Hinkle. I'm on YouTube, TK Hinkle. Instagram, TK Hinkle.
Okay. So, what is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
Forgot to ask me. Like, how long do I plan on doing this?
Well, how long do you plan on doing this?
For as long as I can. I love it. As long as I'm able.
Okay. Well, thank you, TK, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
I sure can.
Okay.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
And thank you, TK, for helping me with Math Corners. This week, we are going to do some more multi-step word problems. My dad is always going to find new problems for me to solve. And today, we're going to talk about a movie producer. Ooh. So, Sarah is a movie producer working on her latest project. She spent 5 months planning the movie, 4 months filming it, and 6 months in post-production. Assuming each month has 4 weeks and a standard work week is 40 hours, well, how many total hours does Sarah spend working on the movie?
I don't know. Math is not my my high point there.
Okay, well, first, this is a real-world problem because, well, people make movies and they take a while to make. But to find out how much time Sarah spent working on her movie exactly, we need to add up the time spent in the stage of production. First, Sarah spent 5 months planning the movie, which is equivalent to 20 weeks. Then she filmed for 4 months, or 16 weeks. Finally, the post-production phase lasted 6 months, or 24 weeks. And adding these durations together, this gives us a total of 60 weeks spent on the entire process. And to find the total hours, we simply multiply 60 weeks by the standard 40-hour work week, which equals 2,400 hours. So, Sarah spent a total of 2,400 hours working on her movie.
Wow. A lot of hours.
So, TK, do you ever have to work that long for a movie?
Oh, goodness. There have been some 16-hour days. Yes.
Wow. Well, my teacher said that I would use math every day. How do you use math with your work?
With my work, well, the time schedule. We have to make sure that we have enough hours in our day. And then, of course, our countdown to the day that we are on set.
Well, thank you so much, TK, for your help with Math Corners.
You're welcome.
The TIberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
TIberius
sent you.
And now it's time for the Heart of a Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living. The Heart of a Lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. This week, we're going to talk about leadership. For me, I think leadership is the act of loving what is good, having self-control, and being disciplined. The qualities of leadership are providing guidance and direction, organization, and being a positive influence on others. This week, I want a $50 gift card and some animal crackers for an art project I made. Well, my dad showed leadership by showing me how to work on and use Photoshop. He showed me how to make everything that I used for the project, and it was even used for the cover of the main event at the Christ School. I wanted him to do it for me, but he wanted to teach me and have me do every step myself. And that's true leadership. So, TK, did you see or use leadership at all this week?
Well, I actually am a leader in a Christ-centered recovery program. And I just want to give godly, positive, I want to be a godly, positive influence and make a difference in the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, of all of the Heart of a Lion virtues, which is the one that you see the most?
I see the most the leadership.
Okay. Well, we should always try to be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
Yes. Yes, we should.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing TK Hinkle for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking to him today. I think we can learn a lot about being a movie producer and how you make movies.
Well, thank you for having me on here. I am truly honored, and I appreciate your love for helping people find a career.
Well, do you mind giving your social media and website again?
Yes, that is the Bridge of Faith. That's on Facebook. On Twitter, TK Hinkle. On LinkedIn, the Bridge of Faith, and TK Hinkle on, let's see. Well, it's I Am Josiah. The I Am Josiah movie. Sorry.
It's okay. Also, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The TIberius Show. And I would like to thank WWPR 1490 AM, KNT98, Soul Radio 24/7, Easyway TV, and all the other stations that air my show. Please be sure to visit The TIberius Show on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. TK, have you subscribed yet?
Yes, I have.
Props to you. Oh, and be sure to leave a comment on what your favorite movie is, and I'll be sure to answer it with my question myself. Also, be sure to listen to us next week on The TIberius Show with your host, TIberius Boy.